If your chain's really loose and the opener doesn't sound good, check that gear. This one you can see it's broke. Well, not the gear, but the bushing that holds it. It's probably worn right out, so first off, unplug it. Disconnect it from the door. Undo this bolt so the chain is even looser, so then you can get the chain off the sprocket. So now we pop this off. And just lean it, hang it on there. Now you can see there's like a whole bunch of play there. So that was ready to snap. So now we'll just undo this back cover and the sides, all the screws, and then take that gear and sprocket out. Now that we got the side cover off and screws out, you just want to unplug the logic board. This plug right here. Pull it straight out. And then it's still wired into the photo eyes and wall button, so just carefully put that up there. Out of the way for now. Okay, so now we'll have 3 screws to take out 5/16. There's 1, 2, and 1 over here will be 3. 2 of them we can get with our impact, but 1 we'll have to wrench out. Once you have those 3 screws out, remove this bottom gear by pushing this clip out and pulling this gear down. And now the assembly will push straight up and out. Now that I have the screws holes pre-threaded, I just put it back into place. And then I'll line up those 2 holes in the very top, front and back. And then these holes will line up to the existing holes. So once you have them all tight, you'll have this packet of grease in the bag that comes with it. You want to put a little bit of grease in between every tooth on here, because if you don't, this will strip out within a couple days. So usually grease it and then use this to turn it and grease it some more until it's all the way around. I didn't put this gear back on the bottom yet because I don't want the limits to change, because that moves the limits. Now that's all greased up, we'll grab our bottom gear, put it on, and line it up to the hole with the little clip. And that just snaps in. And now we'll just put the logic board back on. Now that we have the logic board backed on it and plugged in, the plug, not the power yet. We just have to put the chain back on to the sprocket now and tighten the chain up so it's nice and snug. Now we have the chain on the sprockets, and this one has a half chain and a half cable. It'll focus there. So just make sure it's on the front. Some are all chain, but some are half and half. Then I just snugged up these, and that tightens the chain. And you want a little bit of sag in that chain, so it's hanging down a little bit. So now we'll plug it in and test it. Now we'll just double check our limits. If they're a little bit out, just adjust those screws. Yeah, it's not quite opening all the way. So you'll see this back one, we'll turn it plus clockwise, only about a quarter turn at a time, because that'll be about an inch. So only turn them in small increments. So we'll just run it down here, turn it up, and then run it back up. It's still down a bit. We'll go probably increase it another half turn. Not quite. A little bit more. There we go. That's up to the header now. Perfect. There we go. Good to go. We'll double check the close. Yeah, this is just one of my first videos, so sorry if it's shaky, but thanks for watching. And that closes nice. I'm going to change the slacks a little bit so there's a little bit of tension on the ground to keep it sealed up. And good to go.